Hello, my name is WALTR and I am back, but I don't know when this will be released because I'm filming this ahead of time, so if you see it late and if you see my camera lagging, it's because I'm downloading music for the track I'm gonna lay over this video because it's just a real quick one. So Merry Christmas to you all and Happy New Year. I'm most likely gonna hand things over to my friend, hopefully, if he can help me. I'm just gonna double check with him if he can help me, because I don't think I'm gonna have much time for these videos. I'm so sorry guys, but I love the fact that you've been with me for, since Walt, and some of you are new, I get that, and I'm still very small. I guess from Walt I lost 5 subscribers, but I still have 2, and I'm really grateful for that. So yeah, I'm just gonna start off with things I'm grateful for this year. I'm really grateful for my channel actually. I never thought my second channel would do so well, but I guess it's that I changed things and I made things more interesting as well for you guys. And I guess this video is more on the year-end wrap-up, so I'm just gonna do these real quick. So this year has been the worst year of anyone's lives, like literally. Let me just go through my notes here, because there was a lot of shit that went down, and like a lot of celebrities that died, a lot of a lot of things that happened. Yeah, I'm just going through my notes here. Yep. So we started off this year with a bang. Like YouTube just started off with a bang. Literally, like we had the Fine Bros sink down to low, tried to manipulate all of the internet, and I have no beef against the React channel, Fine Bros channel. I get what they tried to do, but they came off as dicks, because you can't really do that on the internet, because you don't have lawyers, you don't have contracts, and worst of all, YouTube is based on algorithms, and the computers are just doing their job, but you really need people to be monitoring your content. And I guess that's where they came up with the idea of YouTube Heroes. But then again, it's giving all the trolls and all the people who come on YouTube just to offend, or to just be joking. And like it's there's a line, and I think I'll be talking about that later on as well. And also we had the Where's the Fair Use movement from the Nostalgia Critic, and it was it was before YouTube Heroes, but I think this all encompasses encompasses the people's mindsets as well, because YouTube is the only place we can really make videos for, because it's such a popular platform. And I know you guys don't really watch YouTube anymore, because like there's always bigger channels, and with the YouTube agenda, I would say there's a lot of things that are happening now as well, that new things are coming up. People are getting unsubscribed from their videos, or their favorite channels. People are getting demonetized for just saying the F word, or just saying a few curses. So yeah, and as I said in the beginning of this video, a lot of celebrities passed away. We had David Bowie, God bless his soul. We had a few others as well, Alan Rickman, a few other actors that I didn't really know, but I've seen people post about it. And of course the peak of it all, the creme de la creme of things that happened, is the whole political elections that happened this year, which I won't really touch a lot on, but I'm just gonna say that it wasn't really good, but I think there were a lot of things that were good, for me at least. Number one on my list is still my YouTube channel. But there is a lot of series that I picked up on after I stopped making videos for a while because my finals are still on. Actually, I'm just doing this just to get back into things, sort of. But yeah, I watched recently Black Mirror, and I will talk more about that later. And I also picked up on BoJack Horseman, I think one of the most surreal TV series out there, next to Rick and Morty. Of course, Rick and Morty is like number one, and I think BoJack Horseman just comes close to number two. And of course, Steven Universe is still really good. Star vs. the Forces of Evil just like stopped just like that. I don't know. They didn't really release any news. They didn't really say why. I think they're still producing it. I'm not sure. Like I've double checked on that. Steven Universe as well. I think it's on a hiatus. I think they're gonna come back for a little bit before Christmas. We had Gotham with Flash. We had Supergirl. Really sorry I had to abandon Arrow, though. I really couldn't. Like I was like, you know what, that's enough. I can't take any of your shit anymore, Arrow. And I finished up Frequency, actually. If you guys want, I could probably do a video on that. Films of the year. That's really hard because I haven't been watching a lot of films, but definitely top of my head I would say, what's that movie I watched? Oh, The Accountant. That's definitely on my list of best movies of years. Oh, films of the trash. I think I've mentioned this to my friends, and I think I mentioned it a little bit on my Facebook page as well. I'll put a link in the description below. Fallen 2016. That surpassed Pan. I couldn't believe it. Something surpassed Pan, and I really expected this movie to be stupid, but I don't know how far it went to insult your intelligence. Like people talked about Now You See Me Too insulting their intelligence. They should watch this movie and see how much it's insulting their intelligence. My god. And of course we had Suicide Squad, my favorite Harley Quinn, bless her heart. A lot of people didn't like Suicide Squad, which I get, you know. It's not for everyone. I definitely know that. Like I heard arguments against Suicide Squad, and I really didn't care for those arguments because I'm like, yeah, but I had fun. You know, I definitely went in there for Harley Quinn, and I got what I wanted. But you know, I definitely went in a second time. I watched it a second time, and I tried to be really like 100%. You know, full on critic, but I couldn't because, you know, Harley Quinn brought me back into that world, and she really pulled it in for me. I guess, you know, a lot of ways people are right when they say Harley Quinn is over sexualized, but I think it's just this whole new generation, though. Like, it's just Harley Quinn has evolved. Like, it's not that jester costume that you see in the old cartoons anymore. It has evolved. It has grown bigger. She has grown, and she's always had a gritty look. If you've seen the new 52 comics, or you know, if you've seen the Suicide Squad comics, and my dog is just making noise. I'm so sorry. Comedy and social media. Yeah, there were a few comedies like that crashed and burned this year. The worst comedy for me this year was what was that? There was a movie. There was a poor comedy. I think it was called The Office. I'm not sure. The Christmas Party or something. I don't know, something like that. And of course, you know, the Seth Rogen Sausage Party, which everybody praised, and I'm like, guys, really watch a Seth Rogen comedy. That's his shtick, you know. I'm not against Seth Rogen's comedy. I'm not for Seth Rogen's comedy. I watched the interview. I thought it was alright. There was a good There was good commentary, and I'm gonna come back. And I'm back. Um, and I'm back. So yeah, I definitely think there were a few comedies that just didn't work. I saw a few SNL sketches. I don't read follow SNL, but the two I watched, it was alright. Didn't pull me really in. Social media, yeah, we saw the occurrences of the fake news on Facebook, and I'm like, dude, that's been around for like so long, and only now we've gotten to talk about it, and like Facebook tried to defend itself, and I'm like, guys, you don't really need to defend yourselves because it's been here for a long time, and I think that we as a people should be more informed. We should do more research on our by our own selves. I think we should try to educate ourselves, and there are instances where you definitely have to check the authenticity. Not just social media. Your normal media as well, like TV. I would say newspapers, just to double check, if they're biased or anything, because there's always two sides of a coin. You don't have just one side of coin, and for my case as well, for my YouTube channel, I get it. I get why my first channel tanked, but I think the thing that got to me was like there are other channels which are far more daring and far more worse off. It's just that I learned how to do what they do, which is overlay the video, which it would be around here. My physics is bad because I don't know how mirrors work, so it's just about there, I guess. Yeah, it would usually be here. So yeah, like that's one of the things that come back, and I guess this is more of a ramble than a rant, but I guess I will put it under my rant videos. And yeah, that was about it. I would probably do the ranking of Black Mirror somewhere, maybe just before Christmas or something. I don't know, maybe somewhere there. So yeah, that was about it. I'm just gonna say again, have Merry Christmas to y'all. I love you guys. Like, I wouldn't be able to be here talking about this, like talking about what I love, and just sharing my opinions about something. So I really love all the things that I talk about, like BoJack Horseman. One of the shows that I didn't think was gonna be really good, but people offered to show me that, like, and I was like, nah, I'll check it out on my own, and I watched it, and I was like, oh god, I'm hooked on this, because it's so interesting how like artists, like, and other people, have gone through similar things than me, but can do it in such more of a profound way than I could ever do. Like, a lot of it, I have to say, I draw inspiration from other YouTubers as well. I'm not gonna lie. I guess the person who really got me into this movies, TV shows was the Nostalgia Critic, one of the biggest YouTubers out there. But it was never like a permanent YouTuber. YouTube has been such of a dick to him, and but he was so resilient in doing what he loved, and I think that's one of the things that gets to me, like when people are pushed down but they keep getting back up, and it's such a beautiful thing. I'd say, like, social media and terrorism does play a part as well, and I guess why I brought in terrorism is because of the politics now in our era, and a lot of it now is based off of Islamophobia that started since after 9/11. Let's be honest with ourselves. But I think that I've seen Donald Trump, and I don't support Donald Trump. I definitely saw his policies, and I don't really agree with 90% of it, but 10% of it seems legit. And I think after he campaigned, after he did everything to win, he definitely toned down. He definitely dialed down, and is seemingly willing to work with other people who has more experience than him. And that's the mark of a true businessman, actually. Like, you do all these things to sell your product, and at the end of the day, when you come back to your own office and your own staff, you can say, like, okay, we can work with these people. We don't need to be on that rhetoric that we had, because it is just a selling point. And I think that is the most inspirational thing that someone can take from it. Of course, like, people can take it the wrong way, but I think if you know how to play it up, if you're smart enough to play it up, I think you can do it. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a kid, well, I'm 20. I wouldn't say I'm a kid, but my country sees me as a kid, so I don't know, because my voting is like when I'm 21, so it's like, what the fuck? But you can drink and smoke at 18. It's like, what? My country is really weird. I'm from Malaysia, by the way. Name drop. Yeah, few honorable mention movies I would say is Moana, Sing, X-Men Apocalypse, I would say, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I wasn't really into it, but yeah, it was alright. It was alright. What else? Oh, Civil War, Deadpool, the biggest movie to come out this year. Batman, Batman v Superman, which will forever be my punchline. I think if we all see it as dark humor, we would all laugh at it. What else? Suicide Squad was, it was alright. It was had hits and misses. And all the trailers for next year. My God, we have so many trailers for next year, and I haven't even watched Rogue One yet. Please do not spoil it in the comments below. It is my own Christmas gift to myself. I'm gonna watch it. Probably gonna review it. I haven't seen any reviews yet. I've seen some, but it's not spoilerish, and I got what they were saying because I got it from the trailers as well. So that's something you have to keep in mind, that I have seen some, but it's all based on the trailers, so it's not real reviews. Like, when I say real reviews, I mean like a structural review. Like, I know my Doctor Strange was my worst one because I was so incoherent, because I didn't know what the hell was going on in Doctor Strange. But definitely Rogue One, I would do it more structurally well. Definitely, I think it's gonna be more written. I hope I can do a video. I'm probably gonna tell my friend how to structure it if I'm gonna hand it off to him. So, is this a big goodbye? No. I'm probably gonna come back. But I just have my internship, and I just need to complete my finals because it's really crazy. I have a final tomorrow, and then I have a break, and then another final on Friday. So the 23rd, if I'm gonna release this really slow or really fast, I'm not sure yet. But I'm definitely gonna keep this in. So yeah, guys, I love you guys once more. Thank you so much for being with me. I hope somewhere in there you got something. I'm probably gonna do something of a Christmas thing later on. Maybe, I don't know, maybe do more of a Christmas thing. I don't really know how to do a Christmas thing because I'm not much of a Christmas guy. I'm more of the indoor Christmas guy. You know, the nostalgia critic is is an outside Christmas guy. He's like, yeah, fuck yeah, Christmas. But I guess I'm more disenfranchised because I always have finals that are close to Christmas, and whenever I hear Christmas music, that's probably I'm gonna put it here, or you know, something resembles the Christmas music. I can't really put Christmas music. Are you crazy? I'll get a strike in like 5 minutes, and my second channel would probably tank because I already on 2 strikes. But yeah, I'm more of that indoor Christmas guy, and I guess this year, I don't know why, but I'm appreciating the thought of Christmas, something hopeful, something joyful, because I swear to God, this is one of the worst years in our history, and I guess maybe to end it a little bit more, to give you more of a Christmas message, or you know, Christmas commentary. This is one of the most years this is one of the worst years I have been challenged by academia, and I've said it before in my rant video. I have met people who literally kill for an A, and you know, somebody asked me like, why aren't you into academics? And I always say this as an argument: I am not against academia. I appreciate the thought of academia, but if we are to change as people, if we are to change as one group, we have to change our academia, because you know, just like animals, we are not wired the same. We might look the same way, we might talk the same way, you know, we might act the same way, we might walk the same way, but we are wired differently. That's why we have the, you know, the disabled, or the disabled, like the, you know, the blind, the crippled, you know, and that's why we have, you know, mental illnesses. That's why we have depression, we have anxiety, we have bipolarism, we have schizophrenia. We as a human race are not perfect, and when standardized tests were created, it was not perfect. The person who created standardized tests said it was not perfect. It was not supposed to be for long-term use. It was supposed to be short-term, and we glorify it so much that we have made it our lives. And somebody asked me today when I was burying my face in books, like, what do people live for? And off the top of my head, I just said to make money. And you know, it's sad, but it's true. Like, we often want to be the best of ourselves, but would actually kill to get more money or to get ahead of other people. And it's sad to see it that way, but sometimes we just have to smell the coffee, smell the air around us, and say, you know what, this is our society and we can change it. Yes, we can, but I think the grounds are still our academia, our education, and that's one of the things I feel so sad for my country, because my country has so much potential, but it has been grounded in corruption, in greed, in pride. You know, it's all right to be proud of something, but we always have to progress, we always have to evolve, and I see my country devolving into the Middle Ages, because my country is, you know, a lot of people might disagree with me, but my country is an Islamic country. I'm not a Muslim. I see what Muslims have to go through every day in the outside world, but I'm not Muslim. I don't know their struggles outside of the world. But if you come to Malaysia, you're treated as kings. Like, you're treated as higher ups, and I always attribute that to the white supremacy of our country, and I hate that this has become political in my video now, but I definitely think it's just the people that we are and the people that we want to be should always have a starting ground, and that is and should have been academia, but academia has become A's and B's and C's and D's, and it's all led to suicide cases, because at least 70% of suicide cases has been because of academic pressure. The second is family pressure, which is actually linked to academia, because what does your family want? Of course, they want you to do well in your academics, they want you to do well in your life, yes, but you've gotta let your children understand some things in the world you cannot get, but some things in the world is worth fighting for. Their passions, their loves, their absolute nonchalantness about something they can do. Maybe it's like me talking about movies, TV shows, talking about toys that they love, talking about furniture that they love, talking about stationery that they love. It doesn't matter, but I definitely want to instill that in my children if I ever have children, and I would say, what, you always do your best, but never associate yourself with never being able to get somewhere higher just because you get a lower grade. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't mean that if one thing ends, another doesn't open. That's why there's always the saying, when one door closes, a window opens. It's always something there, and I learned that the hard way with my YouTube channel. I thought that it was over when I lost my first channel, and I was really hurt by it, because I worked so hard for my channel to do good, and I was always tinkering, I was always working to get better, I was always one step to finding where I fall into, and I want to do more of these. I want to talk more, I want to act more. My mom asked me, like, what do you gain from this? Do you want to become a director? Do you want to become something dealing with arts? And I really thought about it and said, what, I could be an actor, because that's all I've tried to be in my life. We are all actors, we're all players on a stage. That's William Shakespeare right there. He got it. He got it right off the bat. And I guess my message this Christmas is to always know that someone cares for you, even if you're alone. And I know that's cheesy, I know that's been said a lot of times, but there are times that I felt alone, and there are times that I felt that no one's listening, and that's just something that I had to learn, that I always have a voice. So thank you for that, and yeah, that's it. See you when I see you. Take care.